What is up, DTube? So today I want to talk a little bit about the topic that I'm going to be calling Hive Women Discuss Content Creator Women in Secret Chat Groups, discuss how to use them for their selfish purpose. So I was watching a video on YouTube from a woman. I'm not going to mention who, but it was around a 1 hour long video talking about why she would stop using Hive because of the abuse she kind of had to deal with on Hive, because yeah, it was like they basically abused her. And it was quite disturbing video, like when you actually saw how people are being treated on the Hive blockchain, and how the leadership of Hive, they don't care at all. Like, they don't care if people are being abused on that network. They don't care if abusive people have most of the coins. And in this video, we could see on screenshots that there are, let's say, inner circle Hive women that are inside of the core circle that was basically discussing other content creator women, how to use them to trying to make Hive more popular by trying to like pay them off. And I want to talk a little bit about this because for me, when I saw that, it kind of creeped me out a little bit. It was very, very creepy because that's not normal behavior. Like, it's not normal to like discuss people they're doing 1,000x more work than you, and like trying to see like, oh, how can we use these people for our own like selfish gain. Well, particularly these people that I saw there on these screenshots, they are not really doing that much work. They're barely doing videos, and they're discussing people, they're doing videos, and they're like showing up weekly and doing way more work and putting in way more energy to actually improve an ecosystem. And you see this, and it's like, it was very weird to see. So yeah, I mean, let's talk a little bit about this. So first of all, you know how much I have renounced Hive in the past, and how I've talked a lot about how corrupt it is, and how nobody has a backbone on that network. Nobody stands up for what is right, and most people don't really seem to be caring about being an honest person. And like, when they see abuse, they don't really seem to care that much about it, and they're pretending that everything's normal. It is quite not okay behavior. And this is what I saw, this behavior that I saw in this group. So let me explain the situation that Hive is in. So the problem Hive is in, the problem is they need content creators, but the way their whole chain is structured is most of the coins are already in non-content creators. So they have this weird thing where they need content creators, but they don't want to give content creators any coins, and they're trying to find almost like parasite ways to try to leech on real content creators and see. So you have these like inner circle Hive women, they're discussing real content creator women that has made hundreds of videos, hundreds of original content videos, and you have these women, they barely have done any real content. They are discussing content creator women in these groups, which I would call secret chat groups because you need an invite and so on. And they're talking about, okay, can we use these women? And oh, I don't really like these women, but can we use them to just save the word Hive and everything? And it's very creepy. Like, this is very creepy behavior. So there are many weird things about this. So first of all, Hive already is a horrible brand, and it's just this failed fork, which, so Hive in Danger, the creator of DTube, he talked a little bit about this, how Hive is basically, they ruined the brand by jumping away from Steam and creating this fork, copy of Steam, but they don't have any real brand now. And most of the content creators are sort of moving to other systems. For example, they are moving to DTube, Avalon blockchain, or maybe they've realized that DPoS is like kind of failed, so they're kind of just waiting a little bit. Many have became like hexagons, and just cruising a little bit until stuff just gets better. So okay, so I understand the problem Hive DPoS is in. It's super corrupt. Like it's way more corrupt than the Steam situation, because now we have seen how corrupt the witnesses are and how it's way more centralized in the way that now we've seen in this fork that we have the same corrupt witnesses that couldn't run Steam. They're still running this new chain, and if this was the real world, they would probably be forced to resign because they were incompetent, and you would replace them all with like new people that were more competent, because it's not acceptable, like this kind of bad governance that we've been having on DPoS. And this is why I say that DPoS is like failed system, because they have problems, like they don't use proof of brain, and tokens are not going to real content creators. And yeah, they have this problem, especially now how it works at the moment, how horrible the curation system is, that curators are earning 50%. Curators are earning 50% of the rewards on a content creator post, while they should probably earn just like 20. But they're earning 50%. Of course, you can't grow that ecosystem, because if you want to have a healthy ecosystem, DPoS was designed for proof of brain, and if those tokens are not in content creators' hands, if not majority of coins goes to real content creators that are using honest behavior and are building up their personal brands, you're never gonna scale that chain. And if you don't have integrity, which you don't have on the Hive DPoS system, you have like abusers that have majority of coins, and you think that you can run this ecosystem or that it's ever going to be successful. No, it's not going to work, man. Like you can't have abusive like whales in a network and believe that this is going to like scale, or that this is going to bring integrity to the ecosystem, or that real content creators are gonna bring their audience to your systems. It's never gonna work. Like it's so silly. So so you have these people sitting in these chat groups trying to figure out how to scale. Oh, maybe we can use these creators and like give them a tiny bit of coins, so they do some quick videos. And it's like it's very peasantry. Like it's super peasantry mentality. First of all, if you want content creators to actually care a lot, they need like 1,000,000 Hive each, because that's what the biggest whales on DTube with the DTC coin, they have around 10,000 DTC each, and that would be like 800k Hive. Now, from my understanding, there is no content creator in the Hive ecosystem, like a real human being, with 800k or like 1,000,000 Hive. So it's like, how can you grow proof of brain ecosystem if you don't have any coins in content creators' hands? It's never gonna work. So they try to find these sneaky ways of discussing real content creators in secret chat groups, trying to see, okay, can we use these people for our own selfish purposes? Can we try to make them say Hive? And I don't actually like these women, but can we just make them do a few videos, and can we like pay them off to do some small weird things? Is totally the wrong mentality. It's like it's so petty. And it seems like they're desperate, because so the coin was around almost like $1 a couple of months ago, and it's been going straight downhill ever since. And at the moment, it's like Hive is like top 99 coin, and it's soon gonna be sub 100 coin, because if you look how many people they've been hostile against, old Steam witnesses, they have been hostile against the old Steamians. They have basically attacked my work, so I'm not even using Hive or DPoS anymore. They have attacked women, and they are in this very, very complicated situation where they believe they're sitting on some kind of gold mine, and they believe that, oh, content creators, they're so desperate for the Hive money. No, they're basically building up their own networks now with like DTC and the Avalon blockchain, where you mainly only have like the biggest whales are all content creators, so they understand what it takes to produce real stuff, real value to the world. they're not busy sitting in chat groups and like saying, okay, how can we use these other people, because they already have an abundance mentality. Content creators have so much value to give. They're always focused on giving more value to other human beings, so they're always in abundance, so they barely even need new coins. So it is I don't think uh, I don't think DPoS can recover actually, because I'm not seeing anything improving. It's kind of like Bitcoin. So DPoS used to be top 5 coins on coin market cap in 2016. Steem was a top 5 coin, I think even top 3 coin. Now DPoS coins are top 99 or top 98, constantly going down, constantly going down, constantly losing ranks, because nobody want to use a system where people are being abused in, and people are being abused on Hive, and I don't see that ever like it's going to improve. It's probably never going to improve. So people are gonna start using other networks that don't have this weird nonsense, and that's what we're seeing. People are moving into Hex, people are moving into DTC, because these systems work better. So yeah, Hive has this weird problem of they seem to hate real content creators, and they don't seem to want content creators. Okay, so you don't want content creators, okay? Then they're never gonna invest in your coin, and they're just gonna move their value to other systems, because content creators have the most power. Okay, we're moving into a consumer-run world. Okay, the consumer is basically deciding what happens with the technology. So, I mean, that's what we're moving into, right? So the consumers are going to build their own more fair systems where people are being treated properly, because people are not being treated properly on Hive or on DPoS or even on Steam. Now, Steam was bad, but Hive is like 100x worse, you know? So, so that is what I want to talk a little bit about today. So, yeah, just be aware of that like people are like, you have these Hive inner circle people discussing content creators and trying to get them on board on their vision, but it's never gonna work, man. Because I mean, when I was on Steam early 2018, you could earn like $100 or like $150 on a post on DPoS. Now it's down to $10 or like $20. That's not that much money, man. That's not really gonna attract that many people. Plus, that the content creators has to consider these other things. Oh, you also have abusive whales to deal with. No, it's like we don't have to deal with this nonsense anymore. Like, people have super fast computers, and soon it's gonna be super easy to make their own coins. Like, everyone can make their own coins or make their own just make their own coin on ERC20. Is probably going to be super cheap eventually in the future, and then eventually with capitalism, people are going to build better models, and they're going to be able to attract so many other people, because they're not going to have abusive networks. So we want to build networks that are not abusive, and they're not creepy. It's very creepy when you don't have any integrity in an ecosystem, and there's no integrity in Hive. They don't even have a video platform with integrity. DTube video platform has integrity. 3Speak do not have integrity. And I don't see anyone working on building up integrity on these on this Hive DPoS nonsense. The only way you can fix stuff is do a chain reset, doing a real airdrop to people that actually should become whales, that actually have deserved it. And yeah, it's the only way. Like, there's no way you can use these old systems anymore. They're useless. They are useless, and nothing seems to be improving. Greed and selfishness is just going to increase. And it is weird, because like, maximum greed would be to give most content creators on DPoS most of the coins, because that would actually make everyone richer. Like, the real content creators that knows how to scale things and knows how to 1000x scale things, they would actually make it so you actually would make more value if you would have maximum greed. But people are stingy. They're stingy with their greediness. They're small. They're using small time greed. If they use big time greed and was like, okay, let's pay every content creator massively on DPoS, then they would use proof of brain to scale this up to the mainstream masses. But people are not that intelligent, so they're kind of aiming low, which is kind of sad in many ways. So yeah, some drama video today here, because it's like you have to do these videos. Like I've done a ton of videos about the Hive DPoS problems because no one else is covering it, and like someone has to cover it, because someone has to say, okay, this is not acceptable behavior. I mean, this is not how you treat human beings. Like you can't have humans being abused on your ecosystem when you actually can do something about it. Yes, these biggest whales, they have millions, they have 50 million hive. They can stop the abuse, but they're not doing it. So it tells a lot about them as a human being, about, oh, they don't actually care if people are being abused on their ecosystem. They are not using responsibility. They're not caring about how humans are being treated on their platform. And that is personally, for me, that is a very, very serious thing. Like when people do not care about how humans are being treated, or when someone is treating someone else bad and you don't really care at all about that, I mean, that is super disturbing for me to see. So yeah, I wanted to do a quick little video talking a little bit about that you have these secret Hive inner circle chat groups where they are discussing content creators, and in creepy way, in like parasite leechy ways, where they're trying to figure out, like, they believe that content creators are gonna put up with their nonsense forever. No, they're not. Like, they're building their own ecosystems. If you're paying a little bit of attention, they're building up their own ecosystems. So eventually all that economic energy that they maybe would have invested in your ecosystem, it's just going to go into these new ecosystems, and that's just going to be the new reality. It's the same as like Bitcoiners. I always believe they're going to have all this economic activity flowing into their coin, when actually better coins like Hex is like improving on the model and adding trustless interest to humans. So obviously most of the economic energy is now going to move into Hex because it's a superior product. This is capitalism basically. And DPoS is also gonna they're gonna face capitalism, where someone is gonna build a better blockchain, a better token, a more friendly ecosystem, and then all the economic activity is gonna move into those systems instead because it's just better. And that is just what I wanted to say a little bit in this video. Yeah, it is. It's very juicy, to be honest, and it's very sad also. Yeah, have a great day, D2.